Hello and welcome to the Light Renegades. My name is Anna Maria, and for those of you who are new to the channel, I am one of the Light Renegades who has been missing for a few months. I started traveling back in May. May, yeah. So it's been about 6 months, and yeah, I think for a number of reasons, I felt like I needed to take a little bit of time away from the channel. And I can talk about a little bit more um, about all of that, I think, afterwards. But um, I've got a message from the PHC today that I think is going to be the last one under the banner of getting started. I think before I took my hiatus, I was feeling like getting started was a almost a contradiction um, of itself in terms of what I thought I would be bringing forward, what was coming forward, and yeah, what the future of the channel was going to be. And since tuning back in with the PHC the last little while, it feels like yeah, we're going to change the energy of the series. So it'll be called Beyond the Basics. Similar concept in that we will be bringing through PHC messages to help guide, direct, inspire, um, yeah, and support the collective. I will also be starting a new project. I'm not sure when this is going to be coming out, but it'll be soon, called Information Access Point. And these will be courses that touch on a variety of topics, some that have been, I think, understood for, almost decades, but information's changing. The energy around some of our understanding with all of this has changed as well. Sorry, I've got some puppies around, so I'm, uh, that's what, that's what that is. If you hear background noises or see like little faces. Um, but yeah, so information access point essentially will be free course material, intuitively put together to combine things that we've known for years and some of the new information that's coming in. And I'm hoping it'll be a snapshot on each topic that goes from what we know to presenting new information. Um, but yeah, I think I'll leave that there for now because it's still all coming together. I'm getting daily downloads on what it's going to look like, and yeah, so more on that later. Um, I think I'll go ahead and read the PHC's message. This message actually came through while I was in Hawaii. I tried twice to record it on my last day on the island, and yeah, it wasn't feeling ready to release. And then in revisiting it this week, I realized, yeah, I think there were some blocks with the information coming through because I was able to kind of go through it. I was directed to specific sections and I reworked it. This is, of course, a pre-channeled message. Um, yeah, and I think if you want to just kind of take a deep breath, you can relax. I hope you're somewhere safe because there are codes that get transmitted through these messages as well. Okay, so with that, give me just a sec. All right. I hope you don't hear the dogs too much. Sorry. They're very cute. All right. So just tuning in with the energy of the PHC. Good day to each of you, our loved ones. At a time where the world seems to be speeding up, today's message is an invitation to slow things down. You each know the difference between eating an enjoyable plate of food quickly in front of the TV versus taking the time to savor it outside of active distraction, letting the flavors linger, pausing to examine what tastes jump out at you, tuning in to the joy of it all. As with food, so too is life. We'd like to ask you to find more opportunities to slow down your bodies, minds, and ultimately yourselves, to savor the moments where things are going well and sit with those parts that aren't in order to better understand what opportunities are presenting themselves to you. In fact, as we approach the time of year where families gather, you're being given, a chance to reflect on what intention you'd like to carry into the experience this year compared to years of past. Can you consciously set the intention to grow present? You can set milestones to help pull you out of the scene. For example, the very start of a meal, the very end. Pause and notice the others at the table with you. Tune into their energy, their joys, their light. To the sounds of family members emphatically catching up, complimenting elements of the meal. To the demands of little ones, little voices, wanting more of one thing and less of another. To the hidden joys that take place when family comes together. And the question today ultimately is, how can you slow things down as they're happening, as a means to better recognize and appreciate the finer moments, and open yourselves up to more of what's in front of you? Of course, this invitation doesn't just apply to the holidays. The next time you're sipping on your morning coffee or tea, phone in hand, computer at arm's length, with the familiar sounds of family or colleague chatter, or the cacophony of your daily commute playing in the background, we would suggest you pause, tuck away the device or distraction, and shift your eternal energy to that moment, as fully as you can, to the warm beverage in your hand, how it feels as it's ingested, to what's going on around you, who's there, what are they doing, as if looking through the eyes of an alien freshly landed on this planet, watching the human experience at play, shifting the lens, and see if you can't perceive your environment in a whole new light. Just one incredible way to inject moments of presence and reflection into your day. An opportunity to really connect with the energy of what's going on around you in a positive and constructive way, in a way that allows for contemplation, revelation, and deeper understanding. We are also invited you to slow down because there is something in taking control of the train of your thoughts, slowing them down, and maintaining connection to what it is that you are focusing on. Our brains have been, in some cases, almost rewired to be able to shift attention quickly. But here, we would like you to see if you can give your full attention to what you're doing and how it feels. It may feel strange and possibly uncomfortable at first. If you are listening to a song, are you listening to the lyrics? Are you feeling into the energy of the music? How do you connect with the experience that's being shared by the artist? Or is your mind elsewhere? Is it like it's almost being pulled away? It is normal at first to catch yourself drifting. Here we would suggest gently bringing yourself back just as you do in meditation, without criticism or judgment of self. These are the first steps in strengthening the muscles of your mind, slowing down the mind, slowing down the self, and giving your attention to one thing at a time, and being the one who decides where your attention goes, moving away from automated thought forms that can so negatively impact your being. It will make it all that much easier to recognize when something else comes in, another thought, external, that carries a different cadence, a different energy, to be able to say that's not mine, and either let it go or work with it directly, investigate it further. Why has my mind started riding this train of thought? Why has it entered my field? Where did it come from? Do I need to sit with this? Or is it something I've sat with before that I'm ready to release? Does it need more work? If, for example, you feel yourself thinking a limiting belief, sitting in a lack mentality, for example, ask yourself, where did these thoughts come from? Where did they originate? Are they based on my experience or that of another? Is it part of the programming I grew up with or something darker? Where does it come from? This has come up on the Getting Started series before, this idea that the mind is running on autopilot, and that with the hustle and bustle and the distractions of everyday life, it largely goes unnoticed. And so we come full circle. Back to the start of this message. Slow down your body, slow down your mind, and ultimately, slow down your life. Listen to the thoughts. And if something comes up that feels unsavory, give it your attention, write it down, understand it. And if something beautiful comes up, focus on it, feel it, and give it your full attention. Become present and see how long you can do that for. And then just keep extending it. Build up your mental stamina as you would cardio. It could also be interesting to look at and start to take note of just how much your day goes on autopilot. How many hours of your day are you simply going through the motions? And please, not with any judgment or criticism, but rather as a way to understand how easily your planetary systems have set you up for distraction. Work, rushing, dinner, rushing, kids' homework, rushing, and then zone out after a long, hard day without any encouragement to check in and slow down, to still the body and mind. You can use the new tools you've been collecting over time to help you change your perspective, to shift away from how you feel on autopilot versus how you feel when present. And we won't lie, presence could very well mean sitting in discomfort if you catch a stray thought that's carrying stress, anxiety, upset, or the like. Similarly, it could ground you deeper into peace, love, joy, and gratitude that may otherwise have gone unnoticed. If you are out with loved ones and having what objectively would be a wonderful time, but are doing so on autopilot, the social equivalent of eating a delicious meal in a hurry in front of the TV unconsciously, are you enjoying it as much as you could be? We share this invitation to tune in more in order to start changing the very fabric of your own reality, to help remind you that you are creating the world around you by changing your perspective. You have the power to create your reality. You know this in your heart, but you have yet to see tangible results in many cases. Start here with this and see how your experience changes as well. With so much love, we leave you here for now. Yours, the Pleiadian High Council. All right, so that's it for today's message. Yeah, I think I think this is something I've been feeling more and more of as I've started traveling. This need to disconnect from autopilot and to sink into what I'm experiencing. And this has happened in moments that have almost brought me to tears in airports, at beaches, in the forest, where I stop doing and I just start to feel into the energies around me, the people around me, and the experience that that brought me there. I've I've been very lucky the last 6 months. I've seen many things, I've been to many places, and I started this off thinking it would be for grid work, which it was, energy work around the world, North America for now. But it was more than that. It was the freedom for the first time in my life to live a different life. Uh, my days took on a different format than they did when I worked in an office for 8 to 10 hours a day, 12 more. Um, and interacting with different kinds of people who also live different types of lives, and recognizing, outside of the model that many of us have gotten used to of office job or 9 to 5 or 40 hours a week, in order to pay the bills and get a house and get a car and keep upgrading. Yeah, I've started to meet people who, what's the expression? Work to live instead of live to work. Um, so it's been really, really cool. And yeah, a lot of time for healing. I've been deep in shadow work. And it's part of why I haven't been here. I think the idea of being on screen, on camera, sharing. For those of you who have been here since the beginning of the Getting Started series, you'll know that this is not my area of comfort. It's been really hard to show up and even come back. But it's time. So and I've been telling this to the team, I'm ready. I'm ready to face, uh, yeah, just face it all. Um, because I think in some cases I've been putting some stuff off, but um, yeah, I'm back now and I'm excited to see where this is all going to go. So this will be the last episode of Getting Started, but you'll see a very similar, I guess, YouTube thumbnail, different colors, different name, Beyond the Basics, but um, it'll be with me and the PHC on a weekly or so basis. And then, yeah, course content, meditation content, and more. I keep getting, yeah, I keep getting these visions of new ways of doing things for the Light Renegades, for Star and I, um, and it's all really exciting. We do have a few things in the works on the back end as well. Website is it's started, it's stopped a few times, and I think it's going to be released at the exact right time. Linear in linear time, it's felt like, oh my God, we have to get this out. But I think there's something, yeah, to the starts and the stops, and because every time we come back to it, it's like we've grown and our vision's grown, and what we want to use the website for is evolving. I'm hoping, yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a tool to connect people, to bring us all together in spaces of healing, in spaces of group energy work. One of the things I'd really like to start facilitating is energy work, um, yeah, energy work sessions. And, but I'll leave it here for now. Um, yeah, I hope everyone's been doing really well. And yeah, it's good to be back. I'll see you guys on the next video on Beyond the Basics. Okay, bye bye for now.